Here's another brief form that we hear quite a bit inside the courtroom when litigation is being employed in court. And that is, Your Honor, if it please the court. Well, as you see, no one could possibly write that out and keep in speed with everything else that's being said. And writing it out in the long form of Gregg Shorthand, even with connecting some words here, it would take we would still fall behind if we used the long form of Gregg Shorthand, even with connecting words like we did here, to keep up with that utterance and then to keep on with other sentences. So I'm going to show you a brief form for court reporters or anyone else inside the court or outside the court that may ever come across this phrase and need a very quick, brief form to write it down. Okay, in Gregg Shorthand, this would be your, and this would be honor. O-N-R, honor. Now look, if is I-F, if, it, and here's the word please, P-L-E-S, if it please, the court, K-O-R, I shot a little T off of there, okay, if it please the court. But even writing that, Your Honor, if it please the court, even writing that in the long form of Gregg Shorthand, it's going to take too long to do, and you're going to fall behind with getting everything else down. So I'm going to show you a brief form for that phrase in the courtroom. Okay, let me write it out in the long form one time for you in Gregg Shorthand again. And then I'm going to write it out in a brief form. Okay. Your Honor, if it please the court. Okay? Your Honor, O-N-R, I-F, if it please the court, K-O-R-T. Now, how would that look if I didn't connect this here? It would be Your Honor, if it please the court. Okay? That's what it would look like. Your, O-N-R, honor, I-F, if. This looks like a little T, but that stands for, just the T alphabet stands for if, as well as the word at. Your Honor, if it, P-L-E-S, please the, which is the T-H, court, K-O-R-T, okay? But I'm going to show you how to do that in a brief form, okay? Your Honor, if it please the court, 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 Your Honor, if it please the court. Okay, if you've noticed what I've done here, I've wrote the U, which is your, and the U in Gregg Shorthand looks like an upside down U actually on a slant. And if you remember in the other video, we decided our brief form for Your Honor is going to be the U for your, because in Gregg Shorthand, just the U stands for the word your. And we're going to put the H, which is above the red line here. We're going to put the H, putting the dot in there. So Your Honor, if it please the court, we're going to let all the rest of the words stand for by just simply putting a P, and we make sure that P touches this alphabet or it crosses it. You can even cross it. Your Honor, if it please. You can even cross it in there if you want. And make sure you put the little bitty dot in there. Okay, let me write it a little bit more clear and a little bit more bigger for you. Your Honor, if it please the court. And that's going to be our brief form for that phrase. And we see how much more quicker it is. Your Honor, if it please the court. Okay. Now, let me say this, though. If you remember in past videos, the phrase, have you ever been, instead of writing have you ever been, we decided our brief form was going to be the word have, come down with a V, because that's the word have. And when we crossed it with a V, that lets us know when we cross one alphabet into another like that, that sends us the message that we're doing a brief form here for a phrase. That reminds us that this is a brief form for a phrase. That's why on this, Your Honor, if it please the court, I write Your Honor. Sometimes I don't put the dot in right away. I put the U for your, and I come down with a P, and I either touch the edge of it or cross into it, and I put the dot there. And that lets me know that I'm dealing, when I touch this into that to where I'm crossing it, crossing over into it, that reminds me that this is a brief phrase that I have formulated, a brief form, that is, for a phrase that I am writing. Okay? Your Honor, if it please the court, 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 Your Honor, if it please the court. Okay? See how much more quicker that is? Okay. I'm going to deal with another brief form. I'm trying to make the videos a little bit shorter because I notice when I make them a little shorter, I seem to have a little bit less problems with the videos freezing up on me. Please tune in for the next one. And by the way, to keep the dates upon this, the last two videos, the one before this, was actually on Saturday, May the 12th, 2012, and this one is on Saturday, May the 12th, 2012. Thank you for tuning in.